I am going to use the information in the yellow box, like I've already stated, to break down the concept of smart money. And I am going to try and do this as the most simplest, the very simplest form of smart money breakdown that I will ever do. Both the videos on my YouTube channel and any session that I've ever had with you people on this call. So, looking at the yellow box, I asked the question in the group, what structure do you see over here? And I saw so many people saying it is a bearish structure. I will talk about fundamentals. Thank you. And lots of people did say it was a bearish structure. Why was it a bearish structure? If you look at the lines that I have, every red represents a high. And every low, every blue represents a low. And every black represents liquidity. Every black represents liquidity. Now, look at how smart money actually works. From this low created this high. And this high created this low. If I take my Fibonacci retracement tool from here, from this red line to this blue line, everywhere below 50%, I am not going to be selling. So I am going to be showing you from here to there. And let's change the color to blue. Everywhere below this 50%. So if I have any buy setup around this region, immediately I break this blue, I break this low. Immediately I break this low. Every sell setup that I see below this low, I'm not going to take it. As a smart money trader, I am going to be disciplined and allow myself not to take any sell setup that I get below this low. Which is, if I pull the fib from this high to this low, once I break this blue line, as I explained, all the blues are my lows and all the reds are my highs. So if I pull the fib from the red to the blue, immediately I break the low that created that high where I'm pulling my Fibonacci tool from. I'm going to repeat. The low that created the high where I am pulling my Fibonacci tool from, immediately I break past it, I'm not selling. And if I want to sell, the next opportunity will be when I break above the 50% of this retracement tool. That is your number one key structure that you have to understand with smart money concept. Every sell opportunity you take in from here was only wiped out by one candle, just like that. This is what I'm trying to talk about. Once again, look here. Immediately we broke above this low. Every sell opportunity you took under this area was wiped out by what? One candle. Look here. Every sell opportunity you were able to take off this area was wiped out by what? One candle off. Why? Because this area, we don't sell. This area, we don't sell. What do I mean? These areas, we don't sell. Let's change the color to green. This area, we don't sell. This area, we don't sell. We don't sell in these regions. But here, we sell. Why? Because your sell structure is confirmed. Whoever that is annotating my chart, can you please remove it? Majid, who is Majid? Can you please remove the annotation? Can I have this person remove the annotation before I continue, please? This is going to distract me. Okay. So I'm going to continue from where I left off, right? Like I said, these zones, we don't sell here. These zones, we don't sell here. These zones, we don't sell here. Why? Because we're in a sell structure. Here, we sell. Here, we sell. Here, we sell. Here, we sell. Now I'm going to show you inside these areas that I've marked, what kind of setups that is in there, right? High, break of structure low, retracement, liquidity grab, straight into this area. We're going to zoom in into this area first. Here. And I'm going to use red. We're going to zoom in that area and see what is inside that area. Morning, Diana. How are you doing? I didn't think you'll be on this call. Yeah. I'm going to drop down to the 4 hour. And then I'm going to play. Let's drop down to 2 hour. Drop down to 1 hour. 45 minutes. 30 minutes. 20 minutes. Unmitigated week right here. Follow me carefully, everybody. Now I'm going to go back on the 4H and play. In the green area where I said we don't sell, we only buy, I am going to zoom in here also and show you what happened in there. What do we have here? Breaker structure. I marked this area prior to allowing price to play. And do you see this? What happened in this zone? Can everybody see that on the call right now? I marked this area and I stated, what is it? An unmitigated wick. And we found this on a 15 minutes time frame, unmitigated wick. Why was I selecting this particular wick? If I look around this region, this wick went above a candle, took liquidity before the down move. We grabbed liquidity before the down move, and since then, price never returned into that wick. So this area is an area where we need to revisit, and I mark this area as an institutional candle, and look at that. What happened? Guys, I'm doing this call with you. Can you please have a conversation with me in the group chat, in the chat box? Let me know. Can you clearly see what I'm trying to show you? I cut the information off, went back to that zone, picked out the exact thing that you probably think, no, smart money does not work. It does not work. It doesn't, I don't know how to explain it. Could you show another example? I will show another example. Don't worry, Diana. So we got the wick to be mitigated. That's your first entry. And then the institutional candlestick to be mitigated also. Second entry. I'm going to show you the third entry. Now we're on the 1 hour time frame. We have a clear breaker market structure. After we have mitigated our higher time frame zones. Now look at what's about to happen. What do we have here? Fair value gap.
Imbalance.
Imbalance. Good. What have we created here? Liquidity. You're following the story. Where did price give you the first entry? This is your last sell before the buy move that broke market structure. This is your breaker. This is your breaker. That's the entry right there. This smart money concept. Now look, where did we end up? Fair value gap. Now look what's happening again. Let's stop. Another entry is coming. I'm going to go down to the 30 minutes time frame. 25-minute. 15-minute. If you don't understand smart money concepts, of course, it won't work because you don't understand it. You don't know what it does, the actual concept of smart money concept. But if you do, then you know that this actually is the thing. Let's go to 12 minutes. Another fair value gap down here above liquidity. We have a breaker structure here and here. Follow me, everybody. We didn't run into it. We created another structure to give you an entry. What do we have here? SMS. What do we have here? Fair value gap. This is smart money cheat code video I'm actually doing for you right here on this call. Nobody will do this for you. We broke this structure here. Broke this structure here. You won't see it on the 12-minute, but if I go down to the 6 minutes, 4 minutes. Oh, it wouldn't allow me to go that far back. Go back on the 4-hour. What do we have here? Right there, we dumped into the fair value gap, and then we slammed. Here, another entry. Breaker market structure. And a major breaker market structure. Sell entries coming. See what we're doing here. Now see if we will ever go back up again and break above this high. No, we ain't. Let me go a little bit faster. We don't have the time to waste. Let's go on hourly and keep playing. After this entry, let's see if we ever go above this red line. Break of market structure here. Now I'm going to pull my FIB from here to here after we have confirmed the entry. Look, 62%. Price should drop. Simple as that. This is your third entry. After you have entered from here, 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 this is your fourth, actually, fourth entry. Let's keep going. What do we have here? What's in here? Everybody.
Unmitigated other block.
And what happened in there?
Dropped.
Now, let's pause it again. We have a break, another break of structure from here to there. Watch the 62 area again. '62 area again. Watch it. We're back down again. Keep watching. Going 4 hour. I need it a bit faster. Whenever we reach the green zone, watch happens. Now, here, let's see what we're going to have. Let's go down to 1 hour. Let's go to 45. 30. Let's go 20. What happened here? Liquidity grab. Break of market structure. What do we have here? Fair value gap. What do we have here? Institutional candle. Let's see if price will go lower. There we go. There we go. I picked a structure from weekly, and I'm showing you the entries that you have using smart money concept. Let's pause this right here because an entry is coming. Why do I know that an entry is coming? From this base, we run 1, 2, 3. We need the next one to push us higher. Let's see. Let's stop. What do we have here? Same structure. The only thing is I am choosing the structures at the right places. I'm not just calling any place an entry for a buy and any place for an entry for a sell. If you do that, then of course, smart money does not work. Let's go down to 15 minutes. What do we have here? What is this?
Anobi other block.
When price entered the order block, did it violate it?
No.
The smart money works or not? Let me pause right here. It looks like another one is about to happen. Let me pause it. Let's go down to 9 minutes. Let's go 5. I don't like the structures. I probably wouldn't take and trade from this structure anyway, so I wouldn't discuss this. Let's go back to H1. What structure is this? Let's go to 4H. What structure do we have here? Low risk buy. I did this on Friday. I did a markup on Friday. Did everybody see it?
Yes.
Low risk buy setup right there. Straight into this, boom. We go. Now, we go into this region. What do we have here? What is this?
Other block.
Unmitigated. I want to hear that. It's not just any other block. Unmitigated order block. When we entered into that order block, let's scale down. Let's go down. smaller time frame, and watch what happened as price was approaching there. Go to 15. Actually, let me pause and talk about this 1H. What setup is this again? Low risk sell. We run this highs, broke the structure, and before we broke the structure, what do we have? A structure inside before we broke the structure, straight into this buy right here. Buy move right here. The buy up before we dropped. Let's go on 2H. Okay. What is it in here?
Unmitigated OB.
That is what I want here. Unmitigated. Straight into it. Slam. Low risk sell. Just as we had over here. Low risk buy. Low risk sell. Got us back down again. Now we're back in the green. In the green, let's see what happens. Let's go down to 45 minutes. Pure Wyckoff accumulation model right here. Another low risk buy. There we go. After the low risk buy, what happened? I'm going to pull my fib and show you something. From here to here. 62%. Again. 62%. Again, we didn't move past it. Low risk buy, 62%. We're gone. Now we're back in the purple zones. What happens in the purple zone? This news candle that appeared over here that moved price all the way here, I'm going to ask you to flip 50% of the move. Just mark up your line. Let's see if price is ever going to go past it. Now, let's break this area down a little bit. Let's go on 10. After this video, I want you to go back, watch this, reanalyze it, and tell me what you're doing wrong in smart money concepts. Why you say it doesn't work. You pick it up from this video and come back and tell me why you say it doesn't work. That's why I'm doing this video. I wasn't supposed to do this video, but I don't want people having a misconception about what smart money concept is about. Smart money concept is not about higher highs and higher lows. It's about if you're smart, you don't lose. What do you do in order not to lose? That's the question. What do you do in order not to lose? You do the right things in the market. Simple as that. Choose the right areas. Don't tell me about your higher highs and your higher lows and then what do you call it? Imbalances and order blocks. Of course, you're going to get banned so many times. What do you have around this area? Same structure, same structure. I'm even surprised myself going through this and then seeing these exact same structures over and over again. I was in all these trades, and if you want me to prove that, I can go through my trades records and then pick all the entries for you, where I entered the trade and where I closed the trade. I can pick all of them for you. I'm not showing you because they already happened. No. Look at that. Break a structure, liquidity grab. What happened? Straight into that. Sell. This was the entry I had. My entry, one entry was here. Second entry was here. Now let's see if price will ever go above this high. Before that, is this a break of structure? Yes. Now I expect price to stay within this leg. Let's see. Go on 15. I want it a bit faster. What do we have here? Fair value gap. Right here. Imbalance, whatever you want to call it. Hang on. This is a short-term buy structure, buy model. Vertical market structure. Why am I choosing this short term? I'm choosing this short term because I know my entry is sitting up here for a long-term sell. For a long-term sell. Now look inside this particular candle. Do we go past it? No. Let's pause it right there. What do we have here? Possible low risk buy coming. Possible low risk buy coming. Let's see, we retreat back into this area. There you go. There you go. Boom. Low risk buy right there. Yeah. And since then, we slam back down again. We have our structures already laid out. And since then, look, This is smart money concept. If I go on a higher time frame, you're going to see exactly where this price actually reverts from, which is the H4. H4, what is this right here? That's your trade. If you go back on the 5 minute, as I was watching, you have another trade right here. Structural break, liquidity, drop. Let's go 4, 3. Let's cut it. I want to be able to. 2. Now look, fair value gap sitting right there. Hang on. What do we have here? Internal liquidity. Trend line, traders. Slam. Straight into the fair value gap. What happens? Even there, we still have an entry, 1 minute entry. Even here. Oh my word. Even here, we still have 1 minute entry. Break or market structure. A structure before we broke this. So we have a low risk sell setup inside this week. Even there, we still had another setup. Maybe you got into this group based on the fact that you learned smart money concept from somebody who don't really understand smart money concepts and taught you something that does not work. But this is how I trade. Well, let's go a bit faster. Let me get quicker. We're almost done. We're almost done. We were on a call, and then I asked Anzo, can I buy from here? He said no. Can I buy from here? He said no. I'm going to show you. I still took the buy trade from here, and I'm going to show you how I did it. Let's put a box around this region because this is where I asked the question. I took a buy trade from here, and I closed the buy trade in profit. Smart money concept. Let's go 5 minutes. 2 minutes. And this is the trade that I shared. I shared in the group. I shared in the group on Friday, the last trade that I took on Friday. Liquidity grab. Break of market structure. What do I have here? Low risk buy. What's here? My other block. Entry here, stop loss there, target there. Simple as that. Where is the target heading to? Right here. Simple as that. Even if I should put stop loss, like people actually presume that Francis will use stop loss just for the videos, for the YouTube videos and all that. That was my target inside this candle, 1 to 4 on 1 minute time frame. At that point in time, you are telling me, no, there is no trade here, so I'm not going to take the trade. I've already taken my bag. I'm done. I'm done for the day. I closed this trade and then I showed you all this trade. Once again, what do we have here? Break or structure? Oh, sorry, guys. SMS, we failed to make another high. And where does price reverse from? Fair value gap. On the dot, right there. Entry for a sell, which I was also in the sell. I took this sell also. While we were on the call. And since then, this is the life of EG. Since then, this is the life of EG. So now, where are we targeting next? This is a question for all of you. Where's the next target? Where's the next target in the chat box, everybody? Which law are you talking about? I'm telling you this before it happens so that when it happens, you know that smart money trader told you this before it happened. There's difference between understanding smart money concept and watching somebody do it, then you describe what they do. I hope I'm making sense, everybody. Where is the confusion in this? Which part of the things that I explained did you not understand? Ask it, and then I will be happy. So this is where I get confused. As price failed to make a high, should I now look for sales? Where are you talking about? Which highs are you looking at? Diana, can you unmute yourself and talk? Okay. The last high. You mean this area? This area? Okay. This area you have, why are you looking for a sell in this area? I told you the black, the red, the blues is your low, the red is your high. If I pull my foot from here to here, You don't sell anywhere below the 50%. Above the 50%, if you get a structure that gives you a sell structure, you are good to sell it. You're good to sell it. And what happens? We have a sell structure on 1H, a high, low, lower high, lower low. This right here is your entry. Inside this candle, drop, base, and a drop right there is your entry. Does that make sense? The zone you're in determines what kind of trade you're going to be taking. Francis is not going to take a buy from here. I'm not. Of course, I can see a price action that is showing me bull right here. No, I'm not taking a buy from here. Even if I go on smaller time frame, let's go on, let's say 5 minutes time frame, and a structure giving me a clear shape of a buy. I'll still not buy it. Let's go on one. Yes, there is a break on market structure here. Liquidity grab, break on market structure. What do we have here? Fair value gap. I will still not take this buy. Why? Because based on the structure that we have on a higher time frame, this was the area above the 50% was the area I should be taking sales from. And below this blue line is the area I should be taking buys from. Have I cleared up every confusion everybody's had on this course so far? If you have any question, I have some time today. Feel free to ask.
Thank you, Francis. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, just thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate that.
No worries.
All right, I just want to ask if you have two areas of interest, point of interest above 50%, how do you prioritize each area? Maybe you have 2 point of interest that are both above the 50% fib level. How do you go about that?
In the first place, the question I want to ask you is, sorry. The question I want to ask you is, lol. The question I want to ask you first and foremost is, why would you confuse yourself by dictating to the market what it should do? Can you answer that before I give you the answer to your question?
And I'm just pointing out areas where I'm expecting price to react from, and they are both above the 50% fib level. Potential areas where I get price react from.
There's nothing like a potential area, my brother. In this market, I want to make it clear to you on this call. There's nothing like a potential area. Where you can say there is a potential area is when you are above the 50% and you get the structure that you need to take a sell trade. I am happy to take the sell trade and hit a stop loss. I don't care. Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
If I'm above the 50% and the structure that I see, if I go down on a smaller time frame, we're looking at this structure based on 1 week. We started off 1 week. Let me clear my chat. Let me leave that one a little on for. We started on 1 week. Look at that. This high to this low. I pull my fib from the high to the low, and I realize that I'm sitting above the 50%. Now, the structure that I need, all I need is a structure that can give me a sell setup. Every buy setup in that zone, I'm not taking it. I'm in a weekly time frame chart. Now, assuming price react from this order block and break this structure, my question to you is, are you still going to look for sales?
Come again, please. Sorry.
Assuming price react from this order block right here and then break this high, are you still going to look for sales?
Yes.
Why?
I'm still going to look for sales once it gets to the supply area. I will stop looking for sales as long as it hasn't broken past the supply area. The
Until we
lower.
break past here, this red line, until we break
Yeah.
past here, it's still a sell structure.
Yes.
And whatever that would be created here, assuming this happens, is an internal liquidity ready to be grabbed anyway.
Yes, sir.
I hope I'm making sense.
Yes, you are.
So your higher time frame perspective is what will lead you to making the right decisions. Don't come back and tell me you saw a structure on 15 minutes time frame. There is a clear break of market structure, and then that is a clean setup. No, my brother, my sister, you're gonna get it wrong, totally wrong, like proper wrong.
I think last week I have two pairs like that. Maybe AUD card and Euro something. Go to
AUD card.
AUD card or Euro USD 4 hours. Okay, let's do Euro USD first. Euro USD
Euro USD
4 hours time frame. Okay, so before price reacted from that supply zone, I had that supply zone. No, like not too far away.
So you mean in this area, right? Because last
Yes.
week I'm assuming this box.
Yes, just in that box. Yes, just in that box. So I had two areas mapped out. The first supply and the second supply. I don't know if you could just help me.
Where is the supply? Because I can't see it.
Near your cursor.
Here?
Yeah, one. That's one. And
then
the price reacted from.
Here. This is a breaker block.
No, not there. Just around that zone, the OB. Okay, so once price broke down, I had those two areas mapped out before price got there.
Okay. So when price came back into this zone, my question to you is, on a lower time frame, do you have a sell structure? What do I mean by a sell structure? We run liquidity up here. We broke market structure down here. We had an internal liquidity buildup. And what again?
You have price
Drop,
run.
base, drop. So why would you not take this sell?
No, obviously I will. I actually took the sell. I'm
So you
just
took it.
asking if
So you
yes,
only confused why. What should you choose?
personally, once I have two areas like that, what I do, I go for lower time frame confirmation, probably look for a change of character, and then I enter. So I'm just asking if to know how you enter your own when you get two areas of interest like this.
You're doing the right thing. Go to the lower time frame, and then you will see which area is giving you the reaction you want. Because in my opinion, this is a clear sell structure. I wouldn't miss this for anything. And of course, I was in this cell, and then I was in another cell here, down here. That was a run above here. That was Friday's high. The very moment we ran Friday's high, inside here, there was a nice setup, I think on the 1 minute. Happens. Around liquidity. What time were we in? Getting ready for London session. That's me right there. And I had this sell entry. I only closed it today, this morning. Let's see if price will ever come back to this area. Another entry right here. Break of structure. Oh, what have I done? USD. There's another entry here. Internal liquidity. Break of market structure. That's it. And that's your EU sales all the way down. So why would you worry either to choose from here or to choose from there? As far as I have my sell set up here, I'll take the sell with my stop loss here. If it takes me out, then I'm watching here. We don't dictate for the market what it should do. We only use the evidence it gives us to determine where we're taking the trade from. I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah. Okay. I also have a similar question on AUD card.
AUD card.
Before R2. So I also have two areas. Yeah, recent price. Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
I had areas I was looking out for. The first one, yeah, that broke there.
This is the breaker entry right here.
Okay, I saw it as a breaker entry, and at the same time, I saw it as an internal liquidity for the unmitigated order block above.
Possibly we could come back here into the fair value gap for an entry later in the month. I would say we could, because this one is definitely an internal liquidity, but it was a quick entry. Why did they do that? This area is a support and resistance area. So what do? We have sell stops sitting here, and then we have support and resistance people trying to buy. So we activate sell stops. We come back to hit the stop losses by reacting inside this breaker block. And whoever that is buying from this support, we reverse back and then take them out also.
Okay, so what I want to understand is, I know once I identify my areas of interest, what I do, I just go to the lower time frame. And when I see something nice, I trade off it from the lower time frame. But then from the 4-hour time frame, like I said, I identify two areas of where I'm focusing on. But one of the areas had liquidity above.
One of the areas.
Yes, like where the price is currently dropping from was also an area I mapped out.
Personally, I wouldn't sell from here.
Okay.
If I'm selling from here is a low risk sell. What do I mean by that? I think I've spoken about low risk sell so many times that you people should start getting it. A structure within the structure that broke it, right? So here is your low risk sell entry. Yes, you would take a low risk sell entry from here.
Okay. I had that area mapped out, but I was kind of skeptical about the equal highs above the
Exactly. So in regards to this particular trade, we don't put a stop loss here. We put a stop loss just above here. Is a low risk setup.
Okay.
It's not a setup that you're going to take and put your stop loss here. You're going to get it wrong.
Okay.
Do you know how to trade low risk setups?
Not really, unless you explain.
Well, I guess this is how you trade low risk setup. A structure within a structure before you have the main structural break. So in that case, if you take the trade from the zone, your supply or demand zone, your stop loss is just going to be above the supply or demand or below this demand zone.
Okay.
Personally, with me, I will probably not take this low risk sell. Why? Because I know this is a breaker area. Please, can you explain more on low risk buy and sell? I have the structure right here, and you're still asking me. I have the structure sitting right here. So I have this low creating this high. So this low creating this high. And before I break that low, I have a structure within that structure before I break the low. So now, if I'm taking the trade, my trade is inside this leg instead, this small leg instead that broke the structure and not the main one. This is a low risk setup. And the same shape for when you're trading, when you're doing for a low risk buy as well. We potentially, there is a low risk buy setup right here, actually. Here. And this is the high structure. We go down to let's go to 15.
So sometimes I feel price will just come down to the low risk buy to take you to go and clear the liquidity and that fair value gap above that sell.
Yeah, so this is your low risk sell setup right here. If price should fall within this area, possibly, I'm happy to take. Let's look at the 4-hour structure. Then I can say if I'm happy to take a buy or sell. Yes, I'm happy to take a buy from there. We are accumulating. And even that, we more of in a sell structure. So that would be a very, very I'll probably risk only about 3%. I say 3%, 0.3% on this trade because the main structure I have on the 4 hour is proper bear, right? So if I'm taking a low risk sell, I'm a lot more comfortable compared to taking a low risk buy. I hope I'm making sense. Base sell. I hope this is enough to help you understand what I mean by low risk buy and low risk sell. I'll take 2 more questions and then I'll finish this call. 2 more questions. I'll finish this call. Any more questions, guys?
Sorry, Francis. So mine is not on chart actually. Mine is related to fundamentals when it comes to trading news, maybe FOMC and NFP.
Okay, in my opinion, news is an excuse to take price to where they already know is going to go.
Okay.
Right? And perfect example was Euro GBP last week. Euro GBP last week, this news candle. Before it happened, do you all remember I shared
كنت متقنة والله ويرفض كنت صح
do you all remember I shared a data in the group chat? Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So we were looking at Euro GBP at 0.8575. There was a data that released. This data is called Forex options. Forex options are contracts that countries purchases to hold a particular currency exchange at a certain price level. So let's assume the European Union want to keep the pound exchange at a constant rate. So if I have a pound and I want to exchange it, I want to hold the price at a level of 0.857 level. It's a contract that has been agreed between the European Union and then the Bank of England. So they are aware and they know exactly what that price area means to both currencies in contention. So let's see what happens with the news. When the news got released, let's put a line at the 0.8575. Look at that. When the news got released, we pushed price straight to the price area. And what happened? We engineered sell structure and then we reversed back. Why? Because they have already agreed this price zone that when the first option price gets here, it expires. So we need to renegotiate another price action. The renegotiation is what we see in the chart and interpret as a sell structure, which brings the price, converting a pound into euro, back down. Am I making sense? Am I helping somebody?
Yes.
So this news, whatever, is all pre-planned structures put in place for their own contracts. They knew exactly why they are pushing this price to this level. And if you go back in data, go back and do a little bit of a research on forex options, and you see all the options and how they play out on price action. Yesterday, I gave a value on USD Chef. Was it yesterday? I think yes, it was yesterday. I gave a value on USD Chef, and that was here. Around here. I think it was 9. I don't really remember. Let's go back on the options chart.
Okay.
Not this one. Um, 0.9225. 0.9225. 0.9, let's change this, 0.9225. When price got here, let's see the reaction that we had. So they're going to renegotiate price action immediately. They got back into this zone. And everybody sees a smart money structure, cell structure sitting down here. Look what happens. Inside this area, let's dive a little bit deeper into here. Let's go to 2 minutes. Inside here, let's go on 1 minute actually. Play. Do I have a sell structure here in order to take a sell trade? Guys, do I have anybody on the call?
Yes.
So do I have a sell structure here in order to take a sell trade? No. So if no is the answer, then what do I have? I have a buy trade setup. I know that the option contract that they dealt around this price zone is becoming a buy setup. They ran the low and since then flew higher. All you need to do is enjoy the buy move. Now look what happens. And see if we're ever going to drop below this price. No, we're not. We're not. We're not. So we move the price straight away from this price action, straight away from there. So the news is just an excuse to move price to the areas that they have already targeted. This is the reason why I appreciate Ansel a lot for the introduction of open interest. Open interest actually gives you the understanding of what really entails. What is the move? What is the plan they have engineered? From here, where are they going next? From there, where are they going next? Here's a perfect example of having a buy entry. Break the structure, retrace back, buy up. The targets right here. Liquidity. I hope I hope I've done justice to the information so far.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, this is very, very deep information I've given out today. Go take your time, watch it, and let me have your feedback. I'll put this on my YouTube channel anyway. So comment, ask questions, wherever you think, just suggest in the chat box, and then yeah, I'll review it eventually. Yeah, I will share in the group, don't worry. Anyway, on that note, I'll finish up here. Thank you everybody for being on the call. And I hope you won't despise the information that you have. You'd use it and turn your life around. Thank you all once again and have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Francis.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.